Our first story this evening, and traditional leather producers in Tamale in the northern region say they're losing their source of income to retailers who now dictate prices due to the unavailability of markets. They want government assistance in marketing their products to stay in business.
Leather production in Tamale, which dates back to over a century, also signifies northern royalty. The trade has seen a significant growth and is also the source of income for many homes in Tamale. Residents in this area produce leather from tilling to sewing. Producers have over the years upgraded their manufacturing processes to meet the demands of consumers. Leather products from these indigenous producers are now competitive in terms of durability and standards. Despite these efforts, producers still wallow in abject poverty as retailers determine the price of their products. The Traditional Leather Production Association says members are being exploited by middlemen due to lack of access to ready markets. The association has appealed for inclusion in government programs such as a free sandals distribution. They also lament lack of access to capital is also taking a toll on their expansion.
Our main challenge here is just a financial support. In most of our work, we are doing it by our hands and so on. There are some machines that we need in the work which we don't have.
Let's go on to our next story, where the Special Revenue Mobilization Task Force of the Ghana Revenue Authority has closed down 44 mobile accessories shops and arrested 2 directors of printing houses in Accra for tax evasion and non-compliance. The task force carried out the raid at the Circle Tiptoe Lane and the various printing houses today following investigations into the level of tax compliance of these companies.
The Special Revenue Mobilization Task Force of the GRA, following quick checks at the Tiptoe Lane at Circle in Accra, a hub for mobile phone accessories, revealed some of the shops issued automated receipts without value-added tax charge. Some of the shops also did not have VAT certificates and receipts as required by law. 44 shops have been closed down, while managers of the shops have been directed to report to the GRA office to pay the necessary charges or face prosecution.
They are not charging VAT. We also saw that they have the VAT invoice, but they are not issuing the VAT invoice. What it means is that when you want to issue your own computer-generated invoice, there are processes and procedures you have to go through. They have not shown us any evidence that they have been granted this dispensation, and for which reason it is an offense. We are going to close down the place.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the Mobile Phone and Accessories Dealers Association at Circle, Joseph Osei Ajaman, says his members would resist attempts by the GRA to collapse their operations. The task force also closed down some 3 printing houses for tax evasion. The companies include Mock Impression, Psycho Printing Press, and Yamen's Printing House.
We are currently scrutinizing so many tax clearance certificates to see whether they meet the requirements as spelled out in the tax law. All those who are found culpable that you have seen countrywide will be arrested and prosecuted.
A similar exercise by the task force last year helped the GRA accrue 138,827 million cedis as part of the on-the-spot collection of taxes.
UT Bank has held its 2nd edition of the bank's quarterly small and medium-sized enterprises clinic in Accra. The event attracted numerous clients from the retail and corporate banking industry.
UT Bank's quarterly small and medium-sized enterprises clinic is geared towards enhancing business performance through the sharing of innovative ideas and networking. At the 2nd quarter edition, some local and international business coaches interacted with customers and managers of the bank to forge closer customer relationships to promote market growth. Renowned industry leader in business innovations, Nolene Hoskin, stated the essence of innovative market in banking.
They are helping them by bringing in people who can talk to particular topics. So today here from Stanford University in the Stanford Seed Program from the Institute of Innovation and Developing Economies in West Africa.
Design consultant and business coach Kweku Fleming indicated the need for customer partnership and engagement.
We hope to provide something very practical. So the tool we will be sharing is something that is public domain. It's used around the world. Some of the largest corporations use it, and at the same time, startups.
Cluster business manager at UT Bank, Robert Amanu, noted the exercise has been helpful and hinted future customer engagement. Some participants shared their experience.
The small, medium-scale sector is very competitive, so you're always looking for new ways to add to your skill set. So it's been worthwhile.
The program was quite interesting. Innovations into our marketing strategies and what have you. It has gone a long way to give me some concepts on how to market most of our product and maintain our customer base.
The agenda was on the theme, integrate marketing strategy, acquiring and retaining customers.
Okay, so let's go into the commodities markets now and find out how the commodities are faring. And gold still remained in the continuous decline for the past 4 straight weeks. $1,286.45. They're dropping 0.41%. And if you recall, sometime last week we recorded the same streak, straight down up fall. Now, if you look at a ton of cocoa, $3,026 a ton is what cocoa is selling at on the world market. And this is where I put out some very worrying news coming in, because state-run industry regulator Cocoa Board, which controls about 22% of shares in as a cocoa processing company, CPC, has decided to supply only 1,000 metric tons of cocoa beans this year, because CPC owes Cocoa Board some $50 million. And as a result of that, the CPC is underrunning, despite the capacity that it could at least process about 64,500 tons of cocoa beans there. So that's what's happening with the cocoa processing company. We're keeping an eye on that facility and bring you more details as to what's happening in there. But look at the crude oil barrel of crude oil on the world markets there, and it's actually been on decline over the period as we've been looking at it so far, now selling at $47.53 over the period. For the past 5 days is being on the decline, and influential analysts Goldman Sachs have returned to making some negative views on the oil price on the world market. So that's what's happening with the commodities. But that's it for the business news. We'll be back.